Hello everyone and welcome to Estancia Lapacho with me, the one-man farmy. Now, this is my second video. My second video didn't have any sound to it, so I'm trying again. My first time I noticed there was too much sound, then not enough. Now we have it just right, I think. Now, this Let's Play is a start from scratch, and basically I've taken on the role of a contractor who's come to South America to strike it rich here in Brazil. Now, basically, right now I'm only doing contracts that I can do with the equipment I have. I have a front loader for the 313 here, I've got a wagon, I've got a combine. I have the Massey combine, and front loader for this, and a fertilizer spreader. So first thing I'm going to do is go hook up to the fertilizer spreader and knock out some fertilizer contracts. I can do those and kind of waffle on at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do. Train going by. Now I'm trying to do this as realistic as possible. That's why I'm in cab view and got crop destruction on and everything. And basically I'm a contractor running around the Brazilian countryside working on things. Combining, transporting, fertilizing right now, and some of these bigger contracts like cotton and potatoes, I might either rent, like say they hired me for the day or something like that. Come back here and unhook the drop my trailer off here, pull around back, grab the fertilizer spreader, see what kind of fertilizer contracts we can get up to. Now, a little bit about the channel. I really like playing Farm Simulator, and every once in a while I watch a lot of Farm Simulator videos, so thought, oh, why don't I give it a go? So I'm gonna try and upload maybe once or twice a week. Now this is showing controller prompts, but I am driving with the keyboard. It just makes a lot of clattering noise, so I know you guys probably don't want to hear a lot of clattering, and I don't want to make a lot of clattering, so let's look and see what we got here. This is one I did earlier that was supposed to be my first video, but of course I lost it, so we're going to collect that. Harvesting, fertilizing. Here's field 3. They want liquid, but we're gonna spread some solid for them. Except that is field 3, which is just up and around the corner here. Now, while I'm here in the map, I'm going to show you kind of our plans for this Let's Play. It's we'll eventually settle down into being our own farmer instead of doing contracts all the time, and then later on, if I can I'll hire a worker to be a employee of mine, and he will do contracts while I'm farming on my own, or I'll be farming on my own while he'll be farming and I'll be doing contracts. But right now, I want to buy Field 5, which is what we're saving up for, 126 grand. Want to buy Field 5. We'll set up a trailer and a shop to park the combine in, stuff like that. Park the combine, park that stuff. I got to deal with the shop right now, but you know, I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm parked around back, as you can see. But as we go on and get bigger, we can buy land, just plop ourselves down there, and then that's where I'll start all the videos from. Come up here, come around the corner. Now I'm hoping the sound's not too bad on this. I'm trying to talk louder into the mic, so I suppose you all let me know what you think whenever we get there. this is the Fendt 313, makes 138 horsepower. Got it in the classic Fendt green with this weight box on the front here. Just think it looks nice. Got the Agromatics Fertimax on the back here. Just a lovely little sprayer. It is much cheaper than the other ones. It'll sling fertilizer. I don't think it'll do lime, but we're not doing any liming right now. As you can see, it's kind of worn out. We've done quite a few jobs with it already, but got the two dogs here, Oliver and Jasper. They're both asleep because it's 2 in the morning. Alright, let's get on with it here. This looks like a field of oats, I think. Basically, they say, "Oh well, we want some nitrogen application. A little deficient in it, so we're gonna turn this on." Our spray rate is, excuse me. Spray rate's 200. We only need to go about 150 for this per hectare. So on she comes. Oh, PTO's not hooked up. Is PTO hooked up? PTO is hooked up. I think. Hose hooked up. No, PTO is not hooked up. Alright, there we go. Now we can go. Now it'll run. Right, so, let's fire it up. Take off. Now, this is the little Fendt that could. We'll probably hold on to it. It'll kind of make an appearance in all of our all of my Let's Plays, just because it's the little Fendt that could. 138 horse. It's just a little baby thing, not very heavy. Can't pick up a bag of seed with it. We've got the bag lifter mod. Can hardly pick up a bag of seed without flipping over. Really quite comical. So we'll probably get a bigger loader tractor. This thing will probably grow up into a Fendt 700, then a 900, and eventually a Fendt 1000. Or we could even go to a Challenger 1000, I think. So, really like the look of the Challenger tractors, but they only put one, or they didn't even put one. I have a custom, one from Custom Modding, so. This is one of the jobs I like to do outside of the cab. It's just a lot easier to see, especially when you get into crops that have already grown. It's a little easier with crops that haven't grown, but couple other things I'd like to do. I have a lot of American spec mods, like the American market instead of the European market mods on here for John Deere and Kinsey tooling and John Deere tillage tools and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of use those down here. Say like the import laws have been pretty lax. Pay the right officials and whatever, and boom, it's on your doorstep. So. But it's going to be a lot of contracts. Later on I'll do more jump cuts and stuff like that for the really big fields, instead of just giving you 10 hours of me driving a combine. It'll be like 2 or 3 rounds, and they'll be near the end and all that stuff. So I will tend to ramble a lot. I like to talk. This is one of the few times I can actually talk about the game. Normally I just talk to the dogs, and they don't listen very much. So if you think I'm talking too much, just kind of mention it in the comments, or something you'd like to talk about or would like me to talk about more. Like I'll get into more detail or get more realistic or less realistic. Probably not less realistic. Especially when the seasons come out, that'll be really good for some of these smaller maps, because then your choices are kind of going to matter. So, like, oh, well, I can't just cheat money in and keep cheating money in and everything. So, I've got this map, I've got Oakfield, I've got Marwell Manor, you know, all the good Oxygen David maps. Marwell Manor. What else do I have? I have an old stream. I have Mercury Farms. I just kind of jump between them depending on what day it is. This idea kind of came to me like, oh, we'll just do contracts until you have enough money to do other stuff. But we're not going to lease equipment. I don't really want to lease equipment. Come around someone else's field. It'd be like, okay, if we can't buy it outright, then we're going to grind until we can buy it outright. So come along here. I know this is going to pop up and say I'm done before I get to the end of the field, but homie don't play that. So I noticed there was a $58,000 contract in the thing. That would bump us up enough to do that. Some of these contractor things I'll do off screen. Try to kind of record. I'll try to only record when I have something going on. If I'm just doing mindless field work, I mean, I don't know if anybody wants to watch that. If you do, just kind of let me know. But all right, so this contract's done. Pull out of the field here. What do we got? Fertilizing field 3. Collect. Let's see, we got 2,000. Harvesting. Right now I only have a corn header, so stop the tractor here before we roll off into the middle of nowhere. Right now I only have a corn header, an 8-row Capello, I think. So really I can only do these ones that are like the John Deere or this one. That one's a bean head, so maybe I can get enough money to buy a bean head. I'd really like to just push until I get enough money to buy some land and then buy the bean head. So field 13, it's another fertilizing one. I'm going to do that one, and then I think I'm going to shut her down, kind of sign off, see what everyone thinks of this, post it, see what everyone thinks of it, kind of let it get around for a little bit, and then maybe here in a few more days I'll record another one. Now I am recording as I waffle on, so I'm not voicing over anything because I don't know how. What field is this? Field 13 is all the way over there. Alright, so first we need to go to the shop. This thing does not have hardly any fertilizer in it, so we're going to go over here, go talk to Enrique over at the shop. He'll be like, sure, we'll hook you up. One thing I've noticed on the Giants maps, as opposed to the other ones, is they got this place that almost looks like a dealership, but then you get in there and it doesn't. Now, the dealership back on FS17, I mean, like, yeah, this looks like a place you'd buy something if it had tractors in it. The dealership back on 15 was really good about that because it actually had like cutouts for it. So see, they got Farming Simulator 17. Come around here. There it is for Estancia Lapacho for 17. What we got over here? I haven't actually looked around in here. We got fruit. Some old cowboy. Another desk. Some books. Yeah, that's what I think. Your books. Door that doesn't open. Nope. Alright, so we're gonna come over here. Click. I need a big bag of solid fertilizer. Come out here. Up in these guys want phosphorus on their land, so we're gonna say, alright, well, we're applying phosphorus. Refill. They're hooking me up. Should be enough. Alright, field 13. Basically go down here all the way to the gas station, come off the road, turn. Go that way. Try and do the driving and stuff like that. We'll turn the hazards on, turn the blinkers on here. That way we don't get rear-ended. Cruising down the street in my 313. Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? Now later on, after this gets posted, I'll try and read all the multitudes of comments I'm sure I'm going to get on this. I'll try to respond to each in kind. So. We'll go through the Estancia. Now I'd like to get into sugarcane and cotton. That'll kind of be like our end game goals, is to have the case sugarcane harvester, stuff like that. When I decide, okay, well it's time to leave, good new map comes out, someone suggests or something, I could always hop on that and be like, okay, we're gonna play this. So got the blinkers on, turn those off. Oh boy. I don't know what we got here. I think it's oats. Thank goodness for row crop tires, huh? I don't think I'll do a lot of silage on this map, because I don't think they do a lot of silage down there. I could be wrong. Could be completely wrong, but probably just do enough silage to feed the cows, which I might actually just do with wrapped bales instead of fermenting it and stuff like that. Because I have the Anderson DLC, which has the extractor plus, I think's what it's called. I could just make silage sausages and then just cut them loose and pull what I need out of them. Probably keep the 313 as kind of my get around vehicle, and later on I'll buy a like a Challenger track like a 775E or something. I'm going to turn that on, and we're going to go over here. Something like, we got like 700 or a 900 Vario or 800, 1100, something like that. You know, 1100 Vario would be nice, because I've never used one before. So check the map here, flip this over to that. Notice we're missing everything. Can't hardly see. I don't like when it got excellent ground cover like this. Oh, excuse me. You have to excuse the yawning. I work nights, so sometimes I'm just a wee bit tired. Close enough. Move over some. Close enough. Now, normally I hate spraying, but this gives me a good chance to just kind of waffle on, so. If I waffle, I waffle. It's fine with me. That's kind of what these videos are going to be. I'm just going to kind of talk you through what I'm doing, explain my thought processes, and then kind of ask questions that can either be resolved in the thing or resolved in the comments, or I mean, if everybody gosh. If everybody absolutely hates it, like I get the dislikes, I'll kind of ask why, and people can tell me why they don't like it. Maybe because it's, oh, you're just rambling, but man, or something like that. Then I'll cut back on the rambling and we'll do something else. And then people will be like, oh, well, we like the rambling some. Really, I'm just rambling now, but. Call this one the Road to El Doraydo. That way Disney doesn't sue me. Now I don't have a wheel or anything. I wish I did, but money's kind of tight right now, so we're just using old Xbox One controller, a wired controller. Actually, I don't even use wireless because batteries cost money. So let's turn the off. We're just kind of going by the GPS here, hoping for the best. Now this one I'll probably will just, once it says we're done, we're done. So, getting closer. Yeah, this is no RTK sub-inch section control fertilizer application or anything. Just a guy with just a cedar cart, pretty much. Not even a cedar cart, it's just a fertilizer cart. Now this would be one way. Broadcast seeding's a way that they really do way that they plant wheat and grass as opposed to just drilling it in. Some places just chuck it in there and then they do like a broadcast seeding, which would be a pretty cool thing to have on here, because I know like the Kuhn fertilizer spreader that's on here, I've actually seen one in real life, and they say, oh well, you can plant wheat with this, you can plant ryegrass with it and stuff like that. So I just thought that was interesting. Here's all my rampant realism thrown right out the window. But normally there'd be tram lines or something in here, so normally there'd be something to follow. Or you could even see where your fertilizer's at. But we got GPS, air quotes. So, yeah, I'm not going to cheat a bunch of money in. I'm not going to run a big silage operation and just dump millions. Oh, I'm getting way off. Dump millions of dollars in there. Anything like that. This is going to be, okay, you earned it. I came to town with 500 grand and I've ended up with this. And turn that off. Contract's done. And since that contract is done, I will see you on the next episode. If you like this episode, consider maybe hitting the like button. If you absolutely hated it and you hate listening to me waffle, well, I mean, that's your right as well. I'll collect that. Harvesting, transporting. I might do some of these transporting ones off screen. I might do some of these harvesting ones later. I don't know. I think right now I'm going to schedule this to post and then I'm going to go to bed. But like I said, if you like this, hit the like button. If you want to see more of this, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, then Just don't hit the dislike button. But please leave a comment, leave a some good feedback or anything like that, please, and tell your friends about me. Thanks and good night.